Oh boy. How do I even start this? Today dragged me into my psyche, threw me into the deep end of adversity, stuck in the world that my shell confines me, fighting anxiety. Left my place where no one can find me, and still I found me.
Thoughts in my head don't belong to me. These thoughts in my head don't let me disagree. These thoughts in my head don't contain the remedy. These thoughts in my head aren't who I'll be. These thoughts in my head aren't giving an apology. These thoughts in my head aren't going to set me free.
I'm falling. Just a step to the left and nothing's quite right. By inches, by millimeters, by nothing that really matters, my reality's been configured wrong. Today, I want to talk about how I learned to be happy again, because there was a time I didn't know how to be happy. And that might sound a bit stupid, and it does to me, but it wasn't stupid to me when I was 19. When I was a kid, I picked up a hobby. I don't know how or why I became interested in it, but at school, when we were learning, they would get us to write stories. And I wasn't much of a reader when I was little, but I loved writing stories. You know, at 8 years old, I would come home from school, from having sat at a desk working all day. 8 years old, I would come home and sit at my home PC that I would get 1 hour on a night, and I would sit there and write for that 1 hour and just lose myself in it. The reason I start with this story is because I think it's important to look back on the importance of writing for me throughout my life, because through a lot of the shit I have been through, gone through all of that, writing was the kind of one consistent thing that got me through it. And when I was younger, I wasn't writing about, specifically my problems or what was going wrong in my life or anything like that. I was just writing stories to get away. And yeah, that hobby, it wasn't until I started suffering with my mental health in my late teens that I really started turning to writing as an outlet. I suffered pretty bad in my late teens with severe depression and anxiety. It was hard to leave the house, it was hard to sleep, it was hard to eat, it was a real rough time. But one thing I did during that time to kind of try and help, I don't know if I knew that it was helping me, but I think it was, is, where's the fucking note? So yeah, this is the notebook that I used to write during that time. Obviously, if you didn't already know, I'm a huge fan of the game The Last of Us. I have one tattoo here and one tattoo here for it. But yeah, this was a Christmas present, and it's an absolutely lovely notebook, and my family and friends know how much I fucking love notebooks. They're wonderful. But I used this to let out all the bad feelings that I couldn't explain by talking, because talking isn't it. Words are hard when I'm talking, but words aren't hard when I'm writing, and I don't know how to explain that, and I don't know really how that happens, but I could never explain complicated ideas like what happened during that journey to me in my mental health. with words unless I'd written it down beforehand, because writing is just the form that I use to express myself. It just is. But I'm sorry, I'm just flicking through. I'll let you just have a look at a couple of the pages. I don't want to spoil too much. But this is kind of what we're looking at here. Literally just pages and pages of depression, mostly. I mean, there's actually... Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. So yeah, I would write in this when I was down, or I tried to just write in it as consistently as I could. A lot of days I wouldn't necessarily write when I was just down. Like, I would write for the days that I was down. I would write more positive stuff, things that would give me hope if I looked at it when I was down. And that's the thing, is looking back at this, and I dated pretty much all of these, is I can see myself getting better. And I think that's kind of what I was hoping for when I was writing all these, is that one day I would be able to look back on them having gotten myself to a place where I was safe and comfortable and at least marginally happy, and be able to say, yeah, that real fucking sucked, but I did it, and I'm still here, and I'm still breathing now. Over the course of the last 4 years or so, I've used that notebook and several others to kind of inadvertently detail my journey with mental health and the thought processes I went through and how I saw the world from one day to the next, because it really did change. You can look at the dates on some of these entries, and one day it's seeing the world as nothing but a black void, and the next day it's, you know what, this is worth it, this is okay, I can do this. So it is it's a bit all over the place, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I have this collection of short stories, and for those of you who didn't know, one of my goals for 2021 was to self-publish this year. And my goal last year was the same, but then COVID and mental health got in the way. And then, unfortunately, this year, financial problems and mental health have gotten in the way again. But it's nearly December now, and obviously there's only a month left of the year, so I'm kind of squeezing it tight. This is me being a procrastinator till the end, but I showed a friend some of the entries into that logbook recently. Logbook? Journal. My friend suggested that I put them all together and try and self-publish that way, because, if I put together 50 short stories, that's still going to be a lot shorter than an entire novel, which is what I initially intended on self-publishing. So therefore, it'd be a lot cheaper to kind of get it off the ground, because that's been a big issue with me, has been finances. Is self-publishing is very expensive, and it requires you to have a lot of money to just drop into something and hopefully get something out of it. And I don't care personally about getting financial benefit out of it, as long as I'm not losing money to it, I'm happy. Because I don't want to write for the money. I want to write because I believe that if someone reads about those experiences and even one person, relates to that and feels better about that and feels slightly less alone than that, about that, because of that, it makes it a little bit more worth it. What I went through at least has some positive at the end of it if it's helping others. And that's kind of the way I see it. But yeah, so finances have been a real struggle with trying to get self-publishing happen. Good grammar. I'm like, I'm going to write a book, get self-publish happen, what? As I may have mentioned, my writing voice is very different from my speaking voice. Self-publishing. So that's where you guys come in. This is wonderful. Hello. You there, sitting at home, watching me on your TV or your phone or your tablet or your... It has been recommended to me by a few friends and family members that I could maybe set up a little fundraiser to try and help gather some, if not all, of the money towards this self-publishing. So I'm going to be setting up a GoFundMe, or just giving. I don't really know yet. I need to sort that out. I probably should have sorted that out before I recorded this video, but here we are. And it is essentially going to be to try and help raise funds so that I can complete my goal and self-publish this year. You know, that's number one on my bucket list, you know. If I do that, I can die a happy man. I mean, I'm not going to. I'm not planning on it anytime soon. But this is 15 odd years of childhood dreams. So I would like to encourage you, if you can, potentially, to donate to the fundraiser to try and help me self-publish this year. If it doesn't happen this year, regardless of the fundraiser, like if the fundraiser doesn't get enough and it doesn't happen this year, that is, I mean, I'm a little sad. That's fine, but it's fine. Like next year, try again. We do it again. Those funds can carry over, you know. I just want to start putting some stuff out there. I feel like I'm at the point where I'm ready to, mostly. But yeah, also I wanted to say I'm very aware that it is near Christmas and obviously all of those related holidays. So, and I know that I feel like everyone's just in a rubbish financial situation right now. So I completely understand, obviously, if you cannot donate. I have some social medias that I will put here. This is for me to edit later. And here, if you would like to follow me on social media to try and help promote the book. Or you can just pass the word around. The title of the book, which I probably should have fucking led with. The book is titled Journey to Today. Very poetic. Yes, so the book is called Journey to Today, and as you can see, social media links right here. If you would not mind sharing, if you cannot donate but wish to help out with me getting this book published, that's my social medias, that's not my book. If you want to help me out with getting this book self-published, hopefully this year, if not next year, and you don't have the finances at the moment, that's fine. I understand everyone's in a rubbish financial situation. Please just share the word around as much as you can. Follow me on social media. Maybe when the book launches, buy it if you're interested, if you're so inclined. The last thing, we're nearly at the end here, and this is 17 and a half minutes unedited. So I'm going to have a fucking time of my life trying to edit this on my phone. The last thing is that in order to try and help promote the book and raise funds for the self-publishing, I am going to be doing 2 live streams to try and kind of, again, promote it, raise awareness, answer questions, that kind of thing. As you see, oh fuck, oh bollocks, there we go. Can you see that? You can't read that at all, can you? Do you know how long this took me to plan? It just didn't fucking work out. Right, I'll just read them for you. So, the first stream is... I can flip this, it's fine. Is the gaming stream. I will be playing... Should I tell you guys what I'm playing or should I keep it a secret? I think I'll keep it a secret for now. But I'm going to be playing video games for probably 3 to 4 hours. Saturday the 4th of December at 3:30 GMT. That's 3:30 in the afternoon, not in the morning. You're welcome. At twitch.tv/taboo_monk. Special thank you to, by the way, because I haven't streamed in a while because my PlayStation is a little busted, and like I mentioned, financial situations aren't great right now. Can you tell by my production value? But my best friend Ross is also going to be on the streams, to both of them. A, to help me be less nervous and not have a breakdown. And B, because we've known each other since we were like 11, 12, like a good half of our lives. And he has always been the #1 supporter of my writing. He's read pretty much everything I've written, which is impressive because there's a lot of just half-finished stories and a chapter here and a chapter there, and I don't think he ever got a satisfying end to most of the stories. But he is going to be there in the streams to kind of ask questions, try and help prompt chat about the book, and just try and keep the peace, keep everyone happy. But I wanted to say a special thank you to him because A, he's my best pal. B, he is helping me out on the streams, and C, he's letting me use his PlayStation for the gaming stream because I can't play my PlayStation right now, so I couldn't do a gaming stream without him. So big love to that man's. Okay, and then the other stream, I'll hold this up for a second longer. I'll flip it in the edits, I hope. If I didn't flip it, I'm very sorry. And then the other stream is also going to be on Twitch, twitch.tv/taboo_monk. And I am going to be, it's not going to be gaming, I am just instead going to be doing like a live Q&A. So basically I'm going to have, you guys can ask questions about the book, I might share bits of it, I might read an excerpt. Is that the right word? I think it is. I might read a little bit of it or something like that. Basically the plan is to just sit and chat about the book and get the awareness out there. So that's great. And then the Q&A stream is Sunday the 5th of December at 11 AM GMT. And it's earlier in the day because I'm working that day. I've got to go into work after. But yeah, also at twitch.tv/taboomonk. That's me. If you can make it to one or either of the streams, come on down, have a good time, chat about book, maybe chat about some games, maybe just chat. Maybe, if you can, donate to someone who's trying to make their dreams come true. So I'm fucking all over the place. So I talked about fundraiser, which is the page. I didn't talk about the goals. So I did, I think. Mostly I wanted to talk about why I wanted to self-publish and my kind of goals there. But I think I pretty much already covered that in talking about mental health. For me, if my journey and my experiences and the stories I tell help even one person, that is... I don't want to say it makes it worth it, because I don't think anything could make that worth it, but it makes it a little bit less, like, I don't know. It makes me feel better about it. That at least if I went through some shit, it can be used to help other people. That's kind of all I want in life, is to help others through my writing. But yeah, so let's close these bad boys back up. So I'm going to be posting once again social medias here. But this time, this is where all my social medias are this time. And this time I'm going to put the stream over here. Oh boy, look at that. I'll be streaming at these times. Don't miss it. At twitch.tv/taboobunk. I have really given myself so much extra work in the editing that I really did not need to do. I hope you're all having a lovely day. Be kind to one another, drink some water, and I'll see you around.